Welcome to the channel. The wind sang secrets through the trees, and the leaves whispered ancient tales as Abby made her way deeper into the woods. The forest behind her village was more than just trees and undergrowth. It was her sanctuary, a place where the wind carried stories and the trees stood like silent, knowing guardians. But today, on this late autumn afternoon, something was different. Something was off. See, crouched behind a thick bush, her breath caught in her throat. Through the golden filtered light, she saw them. 5 men in camouflage, rifles slung over their shoulders, eyes scanning the woods with a predator's focus. They weren't the usual local hunters. Their formation was too precise, too tactical. Their purpose here, whatever it was serious. A chill ran down her spine. Something told her they weren't there for deer. Turned and fled, racing through the trees, the sound of her own breathing loud in her ears. She had to get home, tell someone. As she burst through the front door, her uncle, Joël, looked up from his seat on the porch. His weathered face, etched with the lines of a life well lived, seemed to have an answer for everything. His gray beard twitched as he looked at Abby, sensing her urgency before she even spoke. "Uncle Joel, I saw something," she panted. "Men in the forest, armed. They didn't look like hunters." Shadow crossed his face, eyes hardening like flint. Once a highly respected army commander, he'd left that life behind when he returned home to raise Abby after her parents died in a car accident. But some instincts never faded. "Show me where," he said, standing up and reaching for the rusted metal box under his chair. Within minutes. He was geared up. Binoculars, a radio, and an old sidearm he swore never to use again. As they crept through the underbrush, Joel's body moved like a shadow, silent, efficient, lethal if need be. Abby followed, awestruck, realizing her uncle was a whisper of the man he once was. They reached the ridge, and Joel took out his binoculars. What he saw made his jaw tighten. "Not hunters," he muttered. "Mercenaries. Scouting. For what?" Abby whispered, horrified. "Something valuable or someone." Joel replied, "This isn't random." As darkness fell, Joel crafted a quick plan. They would track the group and send coordinates to the local authorities. But things didn't go as smoothly. That night, Abby was caught spying on the group, dragged into their makeshift camp. She was terrified, but she held her ground, cursing under her breath. She knew her uncle was close. She could hear the snap of twigs and the rustle of leaves that betrayed his presence. Then came the crack of a twig, and suddenly all hell broke loose. Joel burst into the camp like a storm, using diversions and old tricks that confused the mercenaries. He took down one with a precise elbow, another with a branch trap he'd set earlier. One of the men cried out in pain, drawing the attention of the others. "Rune," Abby, Joel yelled, "go to the rendezvous point." With a mix of terror and adrenaline, she fled into the darkness, the sound of the fight echoing behind her. The forest, once her sanctuary, was now a battleground. The next morning, forest rangers found the remnants of the mercenary camp and traced the group back to a company known for illegal land exploitation. Joel and Abby stood near the tree line. As the officials swept the area, "Good. You did good," Joel said, placing a hand on her shoulder. Abby smiled. "You did better," Tish chuckled. "Only because I had the best scout come." From that day on, Abby knew her instincts were sharper than most. And under her uncle's quiet, watchful eye, she learned to trust them. She never lost that connection to the forest or her determination to protect it. For Abby and Joel, the whispers in the woods were now more than just tales. They were a call to action, a reminder that sometimes the greatest adventures come from the most unexpected corners, and that the bond between a girl and her uncle was a force to be reckoned with.